What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Fire Force, this time with Season 3, Episode 12, which I believe is the last episode of this first part of Season 3. I did see, I think earlier on Twitter, that the Part 2 for this is going to be out January, so a little bit of a wait. I was expecting it to be maybe around 3 or 4 months from now, but 6 months isn't too bad. It's a little bit of a wait, but yeah, it's also like a bit annoying because we are like right in the middle of an arc. It would have been nice to maybe like pause before the start of like all of this went down, but pacing wise, it would have had to feel even longer than it already did initially, which as I did say throughout the first portion of the season, it did take a long while to kind of get into things. But last episode was definitely one of the best of the season so far, for sure. Kurono, I think his name is, really standing out last week. I thought he was awesome. Lots of little awesome cameos from a few of the characters like Juggernaut and such. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what we've got today. Let me know what you guys think about this one though down in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. Unfortunately, it did end up like we were doing the I'm assuming that was a, they're not called attackers, are they? So there's the protectors of the pillars. This guy was yeah, I'll call him the attacker, even though I know that's not the name for him. But the white clad, the evangelist guys, we were actually doing their work, taking down this guy. It seems like he was here to protect this pillar. From everyone, not just, yeah. Quite unfortunate. Shinra did get taken last week. Some people saying that probably going to see his brother take on this new, I want to call him a spear, but I know that's definitely not the name for it either. Enforcer, is that the one? I don't know. But yeah, we might see Sho take him on today. So she's going to be helping out. Cool. The steps. Let's go. I've always wanted, well, I say I always wanted. Again, I only rewatched season 2 in preparation for this, but it's been a long time since I've seen anything from Sho. I think I watched the first season 4 or 5 years ago, a long time ago. I'm not sure if I watched this before or after Soul Eater. After, I think. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen anything from Sho, so it'd be nice to see some more action with him. And this opening lied to us a little bit here, didn't it? Just a little bit. Like, Benimaru had no fight scenes this season. And it's a little bit annoying because I think he's not just one of my favourite. I think he's one of the fan favourite kind of side characters in the show, isn't he? So lied to us a little bit here in the opening, having a few of his action sequences. Maybe that's what they were doing. Maybe they're like, we couldn't show it in the episodes, which again seems stupid to me because they could have cut at least 20 minutes worth of content in the earlier episodes, in my opinion, and we would have arrived at the same place here, and they could have used that time to have some more Benimaru action. Maybe 20 minutes is pushing it. Maybe they could have cut like 10 minutes worth of stuff. At least 5 minutes from that fucking mole talking nonsense a few episodes ago. Yeah, this guy's got an ability similar to Shinji from Bleach, hasn't he? One of my favourite Bleach characters. I don't know what it is about the sound effects this season. It sounds like, almost sounds funny. Those bow and arrows almost sound comedic. It's a shame. One of my favourite one of these in the necromancy women here is paired with my least favourite of the pillars. I guess it's a good combination in that way. He is pretty fucking cool. I do like him. Again, I still don't know. I don't really remember who that guy is at all. That was not normal. Maybe it's a juggernaut situation. Why wouldn't we? Really? Ah, interesting. Maybe one of the most complex abilities yet. Okay, I don't think I'll ever fully get my head around this. I'm not smart enough. Okay, let's just rewind that and just take that apart a little bit. Interesting. I've never been too much of a science guy. As I've grown older, I've grown more interested in it, but I was always pretty awful at the subject when I was a kid. So he can manipulate gravity, and that also helps him bend light as well. And let's not forget, it's really stood out to me a few episodes ago when he said that he would be the most powerful kind of being on Earth, essentially. Maybe that's going a bit too far, but most powerful kind of person, perhaps. Once the cataclysm happens, so that's really interesting, isn't it? Wonder what affects his ability that much from the planet kind of turn into a sun. Again, I'm really not good at science, so maybe there's some kind of interesting gravity kind of situation on like the sun. That like, I'm not even going to try to speak any further on it because I really don't know anything. By imbuing the particles which compose matter, using a dollar burst to increase the mass. So a dollar burst can increase mass and therefore affect the gravity of any object he wishes. That seems pretty. Yeah, that pretty much seems like you'd be able to control anything. Like literally anything, right? Like from a person to water to air, anything that has matter, which is pretty much all things to my knowledge. Again, I'm really not very clued up about this stuff, so apologies. But yeah, he can just affect anything like this. It sounds pretty crazy. So why would he? That again makes me question: why would he not be able to beat Dragon right now with this ability? Seems pretty ridiculous. Okay, glad I did pause and get my head around that a little bit. Because that was pretty much French on that first walk through. That was another thing I was crap out of school, French. Oh, I hated those classes. Shit, but you can do a lot more than just like you can do a lot with gravity. It seems like here, as we see with him like making himself invisible. There's a lot of application to this. He's almost like a god. But why is it you can use one and you're not a pillar though? Guardian, that's the name of it. Interesting point to be honest. What would have happened if he was our guardian from the start? I think we'd be pretty well set right here. What ifs though? What ifs? So, from my understanding, it doesn't just he could turn or like essentially could have just turned everything around him invisible, right? I think that would be pretty impossible to fight. You can't even see yourself, let alone your opponent. This thing's still fucking going. I just assumed it perished. Yes, finally. Enjoy it, bro. Oh, he blew his load way too early. Pretty incredible showing from him, though, wasn't it? Fortunately, again, that's exactly what the evangelist wanted, but still pretty impressive. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Sister. Iris, I think her name is. Iris. But I do get some stick sometimes about trying to remember characters' names and stuff, but yeah, sometimes you'll remember how many series I do have to like keep up with. No, that's not an excuse. But can't expect them to know every like side character. She's gonna be a very important one now though, so best remember. disappeared. I think I do a pretty decent job considering most of the time. To be honest with you guys, there are shows I do watch that I'm not as invested in, that I don't even know the main character's name. Obviously, again, the more invested I am with a series, the better I know the names. / the more invested I am in the characters. So this guy was a double ganger type infernal thing. His appearance always looked disgusting, didn't it? It actually looks better like this. Oh, he came across her? Really? Oh. Raffles. Oh shit. So he set this all up? The religion and everything? Oh crap. Oh, I'd love to go back now and like again rewatch maybe season 1 and lots of the parts covering Raffles, and there's like diaries and such that we did read. I'd love to go back and read that stuff now, knowing this. Okay. Okay. So he's kind of like the guy that's put this into motion. Like I said, I've always hated his design, but like in a good way. Hated it in terms of like just a horrible presence. Are we going to see Inca here? It looks very much like the scene we see in the opener. Yeah. Yeah, we are. Fuck, I hate you. That's something the show does very well. It's good at making characters I hate, that are meant to be hated. Okay. He's got a Seiko with him. Okay. And let's not forget this girl killed her own friends. But there's a bunch of other innocent people. No chance. Plus, as I was saying, not sure it was last week, maybe the week before. How could you ever refuse Captain Hibana? I don't think you could. If that woman is into you, yeah. You ain't got a chance, love. Okay, very plot heavy episode today. Which is again like a bit annoying knowing that we're getting so much plot stuff now and we're gonna have to try and remember this in 6 months. I think that's a bit more of a me problem though. Obviously in my line of business it's yeah. Shit. How was that? Where are his arms? Oh my god. Real people. I did think that looked like a real person there, didn't it? Oh, it's so quick. Nice. Oh, look at this guy. Creepy ass fucking geezer. His mouth. Mouth's open, I think. Okay. Well, to be honest, it looks really normal actually. So what the hell? What's going on here? So you trying to tell me that before this was just us, like it was just our world, before all this combustion and all this jazz, it was just the normal human world, our world, not the Fire Force universe. It's interesting. I wonder what they're planning on kind of doing with that. Like, where the fuck's this come from? Reminds me a little bit of the original anime of Fullmetal Alchemist and the different ending that has compared to the source material, especially the movie that takes place in Germany, so Nazi Germany. Always really like that though. It's very different. Yeah, just got the real world. Some poor old geezer had his photograph taken. Now he's in Fire Force. I hope that guy got sent to this. Poor geezer's now canon in Fire Force. Oh no, Serial Experiments Lane, right there. Oh, is that what Japan's what? Joe, I'm not going to bother sorting out the timer. Is that what Japan's fountains look like? It's really interesting. They got a little dog one as well. That's really nice, actually. That's really cool. I don't go into too many like major cities. I live in the country in the UK, but from what I remember, what I've seen, water fountains are like your standard kind of looks like this, but it's like cut off. Like it hasn't got this part on the left here, which I don't know what it is. It kind of looks like bum cheeks. Kind of looks like you meant to like sit on it. I don't know what you meant to put. What you meant to put in these things. Yeah. What is this? What kind of tap is this? Really interesting, isn't it? Sorry guys, literally just looking at taps during my Fire Force episode. Yeah, Seer Experiments Lane House right here. More people now canon in Fire Force. Pigeons. Live home. What the hell's going on? Oh my god, look at her teeth. I'm not really want to speak about teeth, to be honest, but she's got some gums on her. This is some creepy pasta kind of imagery right here, isn't it? What's going on? It's him. Oh my god, what's going on here? Was that literally a shot of him looking at? Is this going to be like some kind of like Scream kind of super meta deal right here? That was just a picture of him being drawn, right? As you come to realize, you know what, this whole story is actually just made up. It's actually just a manga. I'm just part of a manga. What a weird turn that would be. What a weird turn of events going on right here. Again, I can't believe we've got to wait 6 months to fucking continue from where we're leaving off right here. Like, this is like definitely the most interesting thing that's happened this season. Alongside the sister stuff, I really like that kind of twist with us seeing what the sisters were used for, and the whole tone of those episodes. But yeah, this is bold right here. Like, holy shit, I've got no idea what we're going for, but it sure is fucking interesting, isn't it? We literally go back to the past where we're actually in the real world. So this is set in a future of our world after Fire Force is finished airing or something. Bro's literally watching himself being drawn. What the hell? Vertigo. Classic. Yeah, I would too. I would too if I were you. But what the fuck, bro? This really feels like it could be some David Cronenberg Videodrome type stuff right here. The hair colour's changed. Sorry, pausing so much, but there's a lot going on right now. Bro is strapped in. Three months. It's 5 now. Oh my god. Like I said, like it's a good, most things, and I get it. I get that, and I like leaving off when I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what's next. The cliffhanger. I do like cliffhangers. It's a love-hate relationship, isn't it, with cliffhangers? You love it because you really want to see what's next. I kind of hate it because what's next not coming anytime soon. It got. I think this show done it pretty well, but Solo Leveling is an example I bring up a lot of times for negative reasons. I'm not a big fan of Solo Leveling, as you guys know. That show, every episode has got some kind of cliffhanger, and it just weakens and weakens and weakens how effective your cliffhangers are if you just keep doing it. Again, I think this show has done that really well right here in terms of like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what's happening. But like I said, it's a love-hate thing of like, fortunately we've got to wait 6 months to actually see what's going to come next. So no, I will. I'm not a big fan of this ending, but I will watch it today just in case there is any changes, because there was changes partway through the season. But yeah, like one of the best episodes of the season right there for sure. Lots of plot movement and yeah, craziness at the end here. Seeing Raffles as kind of inception as well of the religion. It's like there was a lot of really interesting stuff covered today. By the way, as well, I don't know who these people are either. And maybe it's a memory thing, but I don't recognise these two. This guy with the snake and this little girl with the glasses. I don't recognise them at all. No, they're a part of like really early in season 1 or something. I like the song. I'm just not a big massive fan of like the visuals of this ending. I really like the video game stuff. Not a big fan of this part of the song though. Yeah, Iris having a few moments today as well. Like, what was happening with her? She just disappeared. And that's also a crazy time skip now I think about it as well. 3 months, sorry. 3-month time skip during all of this is quite insane. I'm expecting a lot has happened in that time. There's a lot of stuff we're going to have to catch up with when we restart next season. Or the next part of this season. Next time? What do you mean next time? Next time's in 6 months. Why have we got a preview? Self-unaware. Is this not the last episode? Pretty strange. Why would we have a preview if we don't have... I'm assuming we've got another episode next week then. Thank God we do. Because like I said, how are we going to end off this season like this? Like, again, in a good way. In terms of leaving off on an actual good cliffhanger. Where is it? Oh, we've already moved on to next season on my anime list. Fire Force. So, is there an episode next week? I assumed it was 12. I was pretty sure it was 12, but I guess not. Maybe it's 13 episodes? Oh, well, that worked, didn't it? Totally ignore what I typed in. Fire Force. Sorry, guys. Where is it? So yeah, part 2, January 2026. Again, not a massively long wait, but still a 6-month wait. You know, it's 12 episodes, so why the hell do we have a preview? Strange. It's not usually the case, is it? Usually, even with like cores, they don't have a preview for the next part if it's going to be however many months away. So that's an interesting choice. I will just rewatch that then. In that case, be the last. Well, again, I might go honestly. Again, I might go back and watch some of the scenes about raffles in earlier parts of Fire Force because, like I said, there's bit recontextualized now that we know Raffles wasn't an actual person. It was this horrible fucking bucktooth Sonic villain looking demon thing. What happened to his hair? It does not look good. Looks like Arthur. What did you say? So yeah, what happened to Iris? Self-unaware. There wasn't too much shown in this preview, was there? I guess it's a good thing. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, middling season in my opinion. I think this has probably been the weakest of the Fire Force seasons. Saying that as someone that I did rewatch season 2 in preparation for this. I didn't watch season 1, so it has been a long time. Maybe season 1 might have got weaker, might have even got stronger over time. Who knows? I mean, obviously season 1 gripped me enough to kind of continue the series, so I doubt it would get weaker over time. If anything, I do imagine it would get stronger. So yeah, I would say this has definitely been the weakest season so far. I do think it has had some really strong episodes. I do think the first couple episodes were very slow. The episode a couple of weeks back with the mole was really slow. I really like the look into the sisters and uncovering things with Hibana actually. That did feel quite slow initially, but when we actually got around to having that be the major focus of the episodes, I thought that was really interesting. The action sequences were alright. remember better ones in both season 1 and season 2. I think I preferred some of the action in there. But I will say these last 2 episodes have had some really nice action with Show here at the start of the episode, but especially Kureno segments, both in this episode and last episode, have probably been the standout kind of fight scenes for me, both visually and kind of sound effect wise. Like I said, this season's sound effects haven't sound like I remember them being such a massive thing in season 1 and 2, having these really intriguing, interesting sound effects to like the abilities, and that's just been lacking a little bit this season. Again, it was almost quite comical how some of the sound effects did sound, not just in this episode, but in previous episodes as well. So that has been a little bit of an inconsistency. But yeah, overall decent season. Like I said, probably my least favorite, but that's not kind of to say it was bad. It was just, again, just had some very high highs, had some boring lows in my opinion, but yeah, we'll see what people think of that in the comment section. Another interesting scene with Iris here, like what the fuck's going on here? Is that her double ganger, I assume? Something. Creepy ass Iris. We've only had like split second moments of her with her like a dollar burst pillar stuff going on, so I'm expecting quite a bit of focus on that in part 2. It's just like this story wraps up this season, I believe. So I assume we've got 12 or 13 episodes for the next part. I could see how they would maybe wrap it up if we didn't have that time skip. It's kind of, I don't want to spend ages here, but it's kind of paradoxical in the fact that we've skipped time, so you'd think it would actually wrap up easier and quicker, and it would they could wrap it up easier and again quicker if we had a time skip versus if we didn't, because we'd have to cover the stuff in the time skip in the series. But I almost feel like it's going to be harder to cover everything left, which I believe is quite a lot of material. Don't quote me on this, but I heard it was a crazy amount of chapters to adapt into just one 25 episode season of Fire Force. Again, I don't want to be, I don't want to really guess, because I am guessing right here, but I'm going to guess like 80 chapters. Maybe more than that, maybe less, I don't know. But yeah, there was a lot of chapters to adapt this season, and I definitely kind of feel that right here, especially with the time skip. Like, we're going to have to check out what happened with Inca with like before the time skip even happens. What happened with Inca and Shinra when they went back to the past? What that whole Earth thing was about? The meaning behind that? What happened to Shinra afterwards? What happened in the meantime from Shinra? Whatever happened in the past till now, like that 3-month period, I've got to imagine a shitload of stuff happened. Like 5 pillars have now arisen. I'm assuming there's one of these kind of kaiju things for each of those pillars. So, like, what's the deal with those? Are people dead? I'm hoping people wouldn't kind of like die off screen on us, but I assume with all that's happening, it's very likely they should, right? And then we've got to look at the Iris stuff. We've got the Show and his brother stuff. We've got Joker, still a character we need kind of to wrap up. A lot of, yeah, it's just it feels like there's a lot. I mean, you've got to obviously wrap up the whole climax of the pillars and turning into the sun and the Great Cataclysm too. Yeah, it just feels like there's an awful lot to wrap up in a very short amount of time. So, yeah, I feel like it's just strange that this first part felt so slow. When they've got so much to adapt, it should feel really fast. It should have felt super quick and super kind of bad in terms of pacing in the direction of it felt too fast rather than this season feeling too slow. But strangely, this season felt too slow for me. It's yeah, very, very strange. I wonder if anyone else feels that way. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comment section. Again, probably one of the best episodes of the season today. Loved all the revelations and such. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And I'll see you guys in a few months with part 2. And yeah, I absolutely can't wait to figure out what the hell's going on with that whole Shinra literally being in the manga in the real world in the anime stuff. That's just bold as hell. I appreciate the balls on the manga for doing that. But yeah, I'll see you guys then, and have a good rest of your day.